at the Minnesota State Fair. We're glad you can join us for our day at the Great Minnesota Get-Together. Come on, let's go.
Now, if one guy ended up with another, you dropped out of school, now you're going back. But I'm saying you drop out at some point. What is that point? It's the point at which what's happening?
I wasn't getting any attention. I felt like it was just ridiculous. I know this is ridiculous, but this is how I justified it at the time.
Okay, well, stop. I don't want you to justify it at the time.
Okay.
I want you to look at it. One of the things that when you first go to school, it's all...
Today is Minnesota Excellence in Academics Day. This is the gathering of champions.
Is it true what they say about Dixie? Does the sun really shine all the time? Old magnolia blossom round everybody's door, and folks keep eating pie.
We do have to slow that down, just for us. Hey, last year,
Heritage Square with music brought to you by the Dixieland Band.
We're giving small prizes to fire safety and fire education. Fire Prevention Week will be coming up in October. There's going to be a nationwide fire exit drill. That's the big theme for this year, is safe exit from your home in case of a fire. We do this every year, using some theme or other to promote safety in the home.
It's getting to be about lunchtime, and boy am I hungry. They've got every fruit imaginable at the fair, all on a stick.
How are you liking your snow cone?
Great.
Have you tried any other food at the fair? What did you try? And what else? Was it good? Do you have plans to try any of those buckets of fries?
We're gonna show, and I'll be your friend. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Cause it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I please. You need to follow. Oh, I know I can feel those other needs that you need more. Think of me when you're strong, and I'll be your friend. But I'll have to carry on, cause it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Come on, my brother, when you need a hand. that might be a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on me. We gotta show, not be afraid. I'll help you carry on. You won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Shake it down. We've been jamming, we've been jamming, yeah. We've been jamming, yeah. Well, we've been jamming, jamming. Woo! We've been jamming, oh yeah. Just call me, call me.
Chris Welch is an Upsala, Minnesota artist who works primarily in pencil or pen and ink mediums. His drawing in the State Fair exhibit is entitled Angora and is a highly detailed and unusual portrait of an Angora ram. Chris's use of contrasting values and unusual subjects creates pieces that contain a certain level of interest not often found. Little Falls artist Kathy Broad won a Merit Award for a fair entry entitled In Her Glory, a wonderful depiction of a cat lounging on a windowsill, with vibrant sun rays streaming through the window and enveloping the cat in light and warmth. Kathy paints on many subjects and finds the watercolor medium her favorite. The vibrant colors and strong use of light and emotionality in Kathy's paintings have earned her many awards at local, state, and regional exhibitions. Duane Bobick has been named the recipient of the 1997 Acts of Kindness Governor's Volunteer Award. Duane was selected because of his outstanding volunteer efforts in Little Falls. Let's watch as Duane receives his award.
Good afternoon. Welcome and thank you for joining us as we celebrate and honor outstanding volunteers and groups of volunteers from throughout the state of Minnesota. I'm Randy Dostal from Silver Lake, and I chair the Minnesota Office on Citizenship and Volunteer Services Advisory Committee. The Acts of Kindness Governor's Volunteer Award Program was created to recognize those who contribute their time and service to improve the lives of others in their communities. Through the Governor's Volunteer Award, though the Volunteer Award recognizes only a small number of volunteers, those selected are shining examples of the true spirit of volunteerism that touches the lives of all Minnesotans. This year, 14 Acts of Kindness winners were selected from nominations throughout the entire state. Judges had a very difficult time making their selections from the many wonderful nominations. We were overwhelmed by all the stories that we read. So many Minnesotans have truly embraced the grassroots activism that this award program seeks to recognize. Acts of Kindness, an annual award program, is sponsored by the Minnesota Office on Citizenship and Volunteer Services in the Department of Administration. The office provides statewide leadership and service to the entire volunteer community. Representing the state of Minnesota in today's award presentation is our Lieutenant Governor, the Honorable Joanne Benson. She is one of our state's leading advocates of education, citizenship involvement, community partnerships, and public service. She is a longtime community volunteer, a former state senator, a former teacher, and an honors graduate and assistant professor from St. Cloud State University. As a resident of Greater Minnesota, St. Cloud to be specific, she has been exceptionally sensitive in her stewardship of volunteerism for the Carlson administration about reaching out to all Minnesotans, encouraging their participation in a wide variety of volunteer activities. She truly believes that volunteerism has no boundaries, no geographic interests, and that we all have a stake in our future and must find ways to ensure that future. Most recently, she has been very involved in the nationwide movement to increase volunteerism to create a better tomorrow for our youth. As a follow-up to the President's Summit for America's Future, she is now co-chairing the Minnesota Alliance with Youth, a 3-year campaign and effort to better the future for youth and to increase the impact of volunteerism in Minnesota. I now have the distinct pleasure of introducing to you one of Minnesota's frontline leaders for volunteerism, Lieutenant Governor Joanne Benson.
Thanks to everyone who's here, because we're here to do something very special. Out of a state of about 4,610,356 nice people, we have a representative group of some of the nicest you will ever meet. You will hear some interesting stories about people who didn't wait until someone said, go do this. These are people who saw a need, saw a problem, and said, I can do something about that, and went ahead and did it. And that's what makes them so special, and that's why we're honoring them today. As was mentioned, I co-chair a very interesting new effort in Minnesota. It's called the Minnesota Alliance with Youth. We don't think in Minnesota we do things for people, we do them with people, because it's together we make good things happen. And we know that for our youth we need some certain basic things. We know that all young people need a healthy start in life. They need safe places in which to live, work, grow, and learn. They need to have a good education for marketable skills. They need to have a mentor or a caring adult, perhaps like some of the people we're going to honor here today, in working in their lives. And then, very importantly, and this is one of our goals, they also need to know that they have a responsibility and that there's a joy in that responsibility to give back again in service to their own community. And this Alliance with Youth, we hope you will all join. Make your community a community of promise, so that when we have the things that happen in life, whether it's the floods of 2 springs ago, or whether it was the tornadoes of this last spring, that people join together and help one another recover and get better. And you know that we are noticed around the states, in the nation, and even around the world, that Minnesota is known as a place where people do come together, because it was mentioned at this conference that was held in Philadelphia 2 springs ago. So we're going to honor today these good people. You're going to hear their good stories. Give them your support, your applause today, and join them in the work that they do for all of us for tomorrow. Thank you, winners. You are truly the best of Minnesota.
Now I would like to begin with the introductions of the volunteers who exemplify Minnesota's highest tradition of volunteerism, the 1997 Acts of Kindness Award winners. Our first award winner this afternoon is Duane Bobick. Duane Bobick of Little Falls has contributed to his community in a multitude of ways. He generously volunteers 6 to 8 hours a week at St. Gabriel's Hospital and works as an inspirational speaker for various community groups, motivating people to think positive and to fight through tough circumstances in life. Duane was instrumental in several building projects, helping with the construction of the Faith, Love, and Hope Church and the installation of playground equipment at the Lincoln School. He also gives boxing clinics throughout the state and volunteers in classrooms at local elementary schools, providing youth with a positive role model. Duane's active involvement and commitment to serve his community have made a tremendous impact on people of all ages. Please welcome and congratulate Duane Bobick of Little Falls.
Congratulations, Duane. Now let's go check out some of the rest of the fair.
Messing up your old data here.
You want to be on TV?
Similar to one of the models, the lab models, is going to be where the experiments are. Hello, how are you doing? Hello, how are you doing there?
Bottle, you grab on the front here, and it pulls right out into the water bottle. You get done with it, you just collapse it, put it back in your pocket.
And that's compliments of who?
US West.
I'm really having a great time in the technology.
Have a pack of tongues, but next year you can bet that I'll be coming back. Minnesota, Minnesota, we are south of Manitoba. We are east of North Dakota. We got something really rare. It's fulfilling, entertaining, it's
only 34 inches tall and are pulling a rig made especially for this at the Minnesota State Fair. The rig is being driven by Mary Blunt.